Here we are, guys, then. First track of the Race of the Red Emblem with our Nismo Skyline GTRS tune that we tuned up in the last video. Hopefully, if we've tuned it up high enough and fast enough, that we can defeat all these other Skylines. What we got? So we've got a GTS type, T-Type, GTR V-Spec. They're both R32s. An R34 GTR, just a standard R33, and a GTR V-Spec R34. Hopefully, if our Skyline's fast enough, we should be able to win the event. That certainly sounds powerful. Whoa, we've launched. Completely launched. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think our Skyline might be slightly overpowered. Better to be overpowered than underpowered, though. So yes, our Skyline is going to whip round this track relatively quickly. And to make it even quicker, you can even whip round using the fence here because it's not going to damage your tyres at all. Saves you using the brakes. Majority of the time, though, you are going to have to use your brakes here. This chicane right at the end of this little bit might be a problem for some of you. As taking a very fast car through there is difficult. Hopefully my tyres will heat up quick enough because I kind of need them to. And there we go. Down a little, I think, under the bridge section sort of thing. A bit like a spaghetti junction. Do watch yourselves through there. You get a tendency to whiplash the car around. It can cause you to spin out. And I've seen many people do it on this track. Full belt, forget about the wall at the end and end up hitting it. Oh, my Skyline's topped out. About 268. Hopefully, that's not too much of a problem, so I don't really want my car to top out and they end up flying by you. I ain't got no nitrous in this one. Nitrous wasn't available until GT4, which I think kind of ruined it a little bit realistically, because if you had a powerful car, you need that little bit extra, didn't you? Just to keep ahead. I prefer the old-fashioned use your credits, tune the car wisely, and then go for the race. Much like it this way. You'll have to let me. You guys will have to let me know. I mean, what was your favourite way of tuning the cars? I mean, did you like it when you could put the racing modifications on in GT2 and 1? And you can see what the cars look like with their racing modifications. Majority of them were real racing modifications as well. And I mean, the fact that they didn't include that in any of the other later GTs until GT5, I think. I mean, GT3 and GT4 didn't have it. GT5, I believe they brought it back a little bit. I've not played much of 6, so I won't be able to tell you about GT6. I don't own GT7 either. But yeah, this is definitely my favourite Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo 3A Spec's my favourite. Probably not a great list of cars in this one, but the fact that it was simple, everything was easy to navigate, And the difficulty just increased as you got better. I mean, by the time you done beginner league, at the end of beginner league, when you verse all them rally cars and either a Toyota MRS Apex Edition or the Surveyor C West S15, those were the two road cars in the game on that set list at the end, which I think was GT World Championships. I'll have to go back and check. Yeah, by the time you got to there, you were racing amateur opponents, and some of the amateur races, when you went into them, were quite difficult. You have to make sure you got the right type of car. I mean, I struggled a bit with the GT World Championships against some race cars, even though I had the Vertigo race car. But the Vertigo race car is not fast. It may elude it, but it has not got a high top speed at all. And I cannot tell you at all that these guys are going to pit on. I am unaware of their abilities, unaware of their capabilities on the track, and I am unaware on how fast they can go. We shall hopefully keep a big enough lead. Find out what lead we're at, judging by the track size between me and the opponent. Probably looking at 6 seconds. I'm thinking 6 seconds. I might be wrong with that. Oh no. Oh, nearly 9 seconds. Wow, 3 seconds out. So I'm back them. Hopefully will them hit about lap 7, maybe 8, depending on their tyre situation, whether they're degraded too quickly or whether they're degrading at a slow rate. But yeah, don't expect anybody to start using the pits yet. I mean, if they start using the pits now, then they've really got bad tyres. They've been pushing too hard. And nobody wants to push their car too hard, it'll fall apart. Okay. There we go. There we are. 11.5 seconds behind, they are. Oh, my front's creating quite quickly with this car. Not sure if I've used the skyline yet. It's quite a nice skyline. One of my favourites, to be honest, is the S-Tune. Well, realistically, it'll be an R-Tune now, when it's used up all the race parts on it. It'll be an R-Tune, not an S-Tune anymore. Yeah, I quite like this GTS type MS tune. I love how so many versions of the GTR are actually in the game. Type MS tune, R34s, R33s. I think there might even be R32 in here as well. And then you got all the different types, 99, GTR V-Spec, R33 Type R, Type M R34. Oh, there goes the V-Spec Type 3 R34, GTR R34, R33. By the end of lap 5, they have pitted. GTRV Spectac 3R32J. I crashed. We don't want to crash. That's what kind of a lead we were. What kind of a lead do we have? A 40-second gap. As long as my tyres don't heat up too quickly, we should hopefully win the race with the time distance we have. So we don't want to heat the tyres up too quickly. That's for sure. Goodness, ooh. And we crashed. Yeah. And we're getting closer to the end of it, guys and girls. Yeah, flying around. That was a nice corner, if I don't say so myself. Better than all the rest I've been taking anyway. Especially considering I'm using the fence to go around this this corner here. Going slightly further behind. They are 41 seconds. And I pinball myself. That's a pretty major mess up if I was going to get caught up by the computers, that's for sure. I think there is too much gap between me and last in order to make an overlap. But we shall try. We shall try. Can't bank on anything. We shall try. So I'm thinking that they'll probably go all 10 laps with one change of tyre. Yeah, one change of tyre, they'll go all 10 laps, and I'll go all 10 laps on no change of tyres. As I always do. I buy super hard, racing super hard that is, and it lasts all 10 laps, not a problem. Even though I'm driving like a maniac now, they'll still last fine. Still driving like a maniac. And you get away with it, that's the thing. As long as you don't drive backwards like a maniac. Yeah, because if you drive backwards, you ain't going nowhere. You can drive backwards through a game. That's my fault for not racing the corner earlier. Shouldn't know that was there, because I've been doing nearly 10 laps on the track anyway. And with how many times I've actually played Gran Turismo, to be honest. Not sure what I'm going to do for my next video, which game I'm going to play. I'm not sure. I mean, if you guys have got any suggestions, let me know. Drop them down in the comments, because not many of you guys may watch these, but I quite enjoy doing it. I've quite enjoyed doing this project, to be honest. I want to sit through Gran Turismo 3. And I mean, if you guys have got any challenges you'd like me to take on or have a go at. I mean, I'm not very good at challenges, but I'll have a go. I'll give them a go. That's the first one done, guys. We've got 2 more, and I'll meet you at the start of the next track. Alright then, guys, second track of the GTR Red Racing of the Red Emblem. We are on Grand Valley Speedway in our Skyline GTRS tune. Another 10 lap. Oh, it's backwards. Wow, this might be interesting. Not very nice from at all. Get pushed straight away. Oh, that's like a version of the old style GTR. It was in first Gran Turismo game. You don't see that style anymore. Come on, lucky GTR. Lucky GTR. I think putting all the upgrades in this car, as you saw on the last track, might be slightly overkill. But it does, however, mean if I do spin out on any track, I should be able to catch up quite quickly. We'll see if they use the pits on this track, because there's more off-road chances in this track than there was on the last track. I mean, the last track was pure road, being Tokyo. Let's see if any of them do spin out. Would be interesting. Driving like a maniac again, I am. Hopefully I don't spin out either. If I spin out, that would be a problem. Front's heating up nicely. I just need the back to heat up a bit better. Oh, top speed 267 again. I don't think it's going to go any quicker. I think we're just going to top out at all the time. Unless I start messing with the gear ratio settings. Which we don't want to start messing around with that quite yet. I mean, I've not really struggled. And I think the gear ratios do fine just as the way they are. I've noticed that we only have a few races left, to be honest. The majority of them are going to be cups. Yaris Cup, Lotus Elise Cup. I think there's a TVR Tuscan Speed 6 Cup left. I have Polyphony Digital Cup, Formula GT Cup. And there's one single race that I have left, which is the Like the Wind, which I'm going to have to find a car that goes extremely quick and what is also controllable. I mean, there are some cars that I think will do very, very well. Other cars I don't think will do very, very well. Finding one that's going to increase its top speed quite high. We're going to need about, I don't know, 390, maybe 400 plus, depending on what it gives us. And I mean, I've got to hit that in kilometers an hour. So I'm probably looking at about, I don't know, maybe getting a Dodge Viper. Might get a GTS 99 for the Like the Wind competition. I know that tunes up very well in this game. It would arguably the fastest car in GT1 as well. I think it got over 700 horsepower. So I might be choosing that for this Like the Wind race. But we don't have to worry about that quite yet. I mean, once we get some more of these races out the way and done with, some of the easy ones. Still not sure with the Polyphony Digital Cup yet whether I'm going to use the Jaguar XJ220 road car. I mean, there are a couple of other options I could use, but they have to be stock. That's the only problem. There are plenty of decent cars out there, but any decent ones that are stock are the faster ones. I don't even think I can even change my tyres. I think it has to be stock tyres as well. So I might be using the pits on that. "13 seconds lead already. Not even on lap 3 yet. Make your predictions. Am I going to overlap people before the end of the race? Might do, because I do move. The car is moving incredibly quick. We'll try to keep off the grass. I'll try doing my races properly. This is a nice looking skyline, to be honest. Quite like the GTRS tune. Much prefer this over a V-Spec anyway. Love to own one of these in real life. Let's just face it though, that ain't gonna happen at all. Not a chance. My front tyres are heating up a bit too quickly. Starting to go into the yellow stage already. No, it's not good. Now I've got a decent gap there. I mean, it's what, 13, 15 seconds most? As long as we don't mess around too much, and we do use the pits, we should be able to keep up quite nicely. There you are, just under 20 seconds gap between me and second. Of course, all these scanners are going to be spread out, they're all going to be different pace, different top speeds, different models, and obviously different tuning. Some are going to have probably just handle upgrades, other speed upgrades, and others are going to be more balanced out with speed and handling upgrades. And just like me, but I put everything in. I mean, I've got the cash to put everything in, so I might as well put everything in. We're just gonna have to see what some of these other cars can do. I mean, I've got a few ideas what I want to do for the endurance races. Not totally happy I've got to do those, but they will be done. I mean, basically just gonna sit here and record for hours on end. Why would I want to? If you guys do want to watch the endurance races, let me know in the comments. If not, then I'll just speed through them and just show you like the last couple of laps or something. I don't know, you guys might want to watch all the endurance races. I might just string them all in separate videos and string them all up on the onto YouTube in one go. GTS Type M has gone in the pits on lap 4. GTS Type M. So we have overlapped one person already. So judging by that, he might do it again at the end of lap 8. We're going to have to think about moving the pits soon. The car isn't out of uncontrollable yet. I can control it, at least. There goes the V-Spec, the GTR, and the R33. At the end of lap 5, will they go in the pit? And same with the V-Spec to R32. That's also gone into the pits. So I'm the only one who hasn't put my car in yet. I Or I might do it at the end of this lap actually, get myself some fresh tyres for the last 3 laps. 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 4 laps. 7, 8, 9, 10. They'll probably heat up on lap 7 and give me decent tyres for a couple of laps, and then by lap 10 they'll be a bit degraded, but not overly degraded. Well, I got a bit tired today. There we go, man. We'll go into the pits now. Okay, nice fresh tyres. Nice fresh tyres. And I decided to go on the grass anyway. I'm not fond of the wheel colour. Brown bronze looking colour, not fond of that. I don't have to use this car much, but I like the style, I like the car, just not fond of the wheels at all. Yes, we've got a nice comfortable lead. I don't think anybody's going to catch us up, to be honest. I'm not even sure which one we're close. 38 seconds, Akidaki. So we ain't got a problem with 38-second distance between me and second at all. And with everything going planned as it should do, this works really, really well. And it's going to take us, what, I know, 18.5 minutes to finish the track off, including that pit stop that we had. There we are. Very rarely do I hit top speed like that. But I mean, these cars' speed increases quite quickly. They don't just hang around. As long as my car's kept in good condition, it will keep it going round very nicely on the course. I've still got to do an endurance race on this track yet. I think I've got all of them. So I've got Super Speedway, Laguna Seca, Grand Valley Speedway, Seattle, Special Stage Route 5. I think there's Special Stage Route 11 as well, an all-nighter known as a 2-hour one. Got that. I've got 2 hours of rowing to do. I think there's an endurance roadster event as well, where I have to use a I'm not sure whether it's a stock, but I know an MX-5. Or I think that's around Apricot Hill Raceway. I mean, they did a much better job in this game than they did in number 2 for locking down events. I mean, they specifically gave events out for these specific cars. I mean, majority of the events in the second game, you could just pick a car. Say, for example, you wanted to blast through some of the low speed events, you could choose, I don't know, Subaru Impreza or a Mitsubishi Lancer. And then you could just go for the, say your car's got 274, just go straight for 295 and blitz it straight away. You wouldn't even need a luxury sedan or a wagon or a compact car cup even. You don't even need a compact car, you could choose what you want as long as it's within the speed limit, you could just go for it. It's one thing I've noticed in this game actually, to be honest, there is no, in fact I think it was only in 2, there is no speed limit horsepower. I mean, they locked it down in 4 for the type of car you had to add. Whether it could have upgrades or not. And then obviously if it was specific cars, it locked it down to specific cars and tyre compound. I mean, they locked that down for some events as well. Yeah, 47 seconds lead. So yeah, once we've got all of this GTR emblem done, the next one will be the Yaris Cup. So I know I've got a couple of Toyota Yaris's in the garage of mine, and we shall find out. I think if I have one that's done it already, it'd be tuned, which I think we used the pink Yaris so many parts ago, if I remember correctly. I mean, that was back on the beginner league. I don't think there was a Yaris Cup through the amateur league. And obviously we won another Yaris of that Yaris Cup league. Just need to find out which Yaris I won. I can't remember what I won, which Yaris I won. Was it the Yaris Type F or the Yaris Euro Edition? I mean, I might even buy a new Yaris. Yeah, I mean, I could buy one of the higher top-end Yaris's. It'd be nice if there was like a Yaris race car or something you could use, but as far as I'm aware, there is no such thing. And then I've got a Clio. I think there's a Clio Cup, which I might buy the Racing Clio for and give that a bit of a tune-up. I've got the like obviously like the Wind, like I've mentioned before. I'm gonna have to get a very fast car for that. I don't know what I'm gonna win off that, to be honest. We shall see what we win. I've got the Formula GT2. If I don't end up winning a Formula GT car, that's going to be one hell of a challenge. I'm going to need an extremely quick car. And I'm not sure what happened there, but the CPU cannot drive at all. I've never known a CPU to spin out there before. That is the first time I have seen that ever happen. We're still 59 seconds ahead of the competition by the end of the track. Oh, I was the only S tune there. No other tunes at all. No S, no R. So next track it is, which is, I think it's Special Stage Route 11. I hope not, because yeah, Special Stage Route. Oh, it's reverse as well. It's got that little R, so I know it's reverse. As long as we're not doing loads of laps on this track, we should be alright. Because I hate doing lots of laps on the long tracks. Okay. Yeah, again, we're the only S tune. No other tunes. Now, I don't know whether you guys notice it, but I sure do. I've noticed on night tracks, with the tracks being colder, it takes longer for the tyres to heat up. I mean, it's more noticeable in the later GTs than it is in the earlier GTs. But it is noticeable in 3. It takes a lot longer for your tyres to heat up on these tracks because the tarmac's colder. This is an all-road circuit. With no chance of going off-road at all. Now, I'm sure I've mentioned it before, but this bit is slightly different in GT3 than it is to GT1. Probably why it wasn't in GT2, because they were modifying it and it wasn't ready. Yeah, you used to go into a tunnel going, if you were doing it forward, you turn left, start the tunnel to the end. Then you'd go I wasn't paying attention then to how much I was telling you. And then you go into like a little chicane bit, and you go right, then left again, and then you back out the tunnel, going upwards to the end of what would be the straight bit there. Man, I've gone from first to last for not paying attention to what I'm doing. And I assume you guys prefer me racing in this mode. Obviously you get to see the car, then you're not in first person view, so you're not feeling any motion sickness. I mean, I could race in the other view, but I prefer not to. I even use the other view for a couple of license tests. I mean, Toyota GT1 license test S8. I did that. I did it in the other view, and I believe I used it for the other one of the earlier ones as well. I think it might even be B8. I mean, I was taking the Skyline round majority of Tri-Mount, and I had to do it relatively quickly. And I just couldn't get the corners quite right in this mode. I could have been the mode. There we go again. We've got to keep. My tyres are warming up nicely, yeah. Let's not oversteer again. Let's pay attention to where we're steering. Don't know why I oversteered last time. I just kept on steering, didn't even take it off. I've still got a fair bit of distance to catch up with anyway. I need to take. Should catch up nicely. Seven and a half seconds practically. catch up. Let's get to the leaders. Past that skyline now. I think that's the Type M. Might be wrong, not 100% on my cars. Oh, that's not very nice. Atto shoved me into a wall. Very mean of you. Hopefully I can break away from him so he doesn't shove me into any more walls. I did that alright, maybe a bit too slow though to pull away a bit more. That was done nice and smooth. I'm pulling away now from the skyline behind me. Catching the skyline in front of me. So, oh, that's not going to help. That was not going to happen at all. I'm going to have to take an extra lap now to catch these guys up. Didn't really want to do that, but I'll have to. I don't really need the brakes here. I just hug the wall technically. I think I'm slow because I overbraked on for the chicane. Oh, I think we're catching up a white skyline here, folks. A white one. Shame it's not very dirty. Roughly back on track now. Roughly back on track. Yeah, definitely a white skyline. I'm catching up. Which model I couldn't tell you. I haven't got a clue. Gotta stop hitting that one. I might catch him this time round. Come on. Could realistically start taking some of these now. Hopefully we can be there first by the end of the track. We are starting to close this gap, mind you. There we go. Finally, we've catched him up and overtaken him. Oh, we're catching up the other two nicely. Just saw one of the other ones go around this corner. That's not very nice. Put me into the wall again. Right. Easily get behind this guy now. I'm just going to catch up the other two. Three seconds now. 3 seconds. Leave me alone. The one behind me in my dust. I'll catch up these other two that are ahead. Maybe I didn't need to put the brakes on so hard though. Catching these two up nicely now. It doesn't look like any of the Skyline's going to go to the pits anytime soon. Oh! Ah, surprised me. I don't think they've pit quite yet. I really didn't think they were going to pit. Use it to my advantage and get myself a decent lead. Get myself a decent lead and then into the pits myself. Get myself some fresh tyres. And then hopefully there we go. 22 seconds. Set to it. 23 seconds. Alright, it's take it to the pits, get some fresh tyres for these last couple of laps. They didn't add fuel until number 4, which I thought was a nice addition, to be honest, when they started doing the fuel in 4. Right on my tail. On the straights where I'll pull away. I mean, on some of the corners, I'm just going to use the hugging method. Just try and keep a lead of some sort. It ain't getting me much, but keep me a lead of some sort. And then hopefully my tyres will heat up a little bit quicker than normal if I use the hugging method for some of the corners. And I'll have super grip for a couple of laps. I mean, here I could use the hugging method. It's a bit of a tight hug, but I could use it. This is where I'll pull away. Get myself a few seconds in that lead. Again. Get myself a little bit of distance now. Even now I've got racing hard tyres on this car because of how quick it can go, the tyres do degrade slightly quicker. It's like I said, it's all about the weight of the car and the speed that you drive at and how crazy you'd like to drive. And if you're like me and you want to drive like a maniac on some of the courses, that's fine. I drive like a maniac anyway on these courses. Sometimes it does help. I mean, when you start like getting really bad tyres, you need to get yourself a pits. If you can hug the corner quite nicely, your car will just whip round. And providing that you're not going too quickly, it shouldn't lose too much speed. Oops. Didn't really mean to connect with the barrier there. Alright, we're about to click onto the last lap, guys. And then it'll be done. So I'm looking at about 21 minutes. I never get the braking of that area correct. I always plow into the wall. So we've got a relatively bit of a distance between us and second place. That's 7.5 seconds. And we've all used the pits at least once. I was going to go in at the same time as them, but I thought that might be too risky. I normally try and take the pits after them, or if I've got a decent enough lead before them. Oh, let's hug the corner. Let's hug it. Give it a good old hug. It's one thing in Gran Turismo, you can drive like a maniac and not receive any penalty. No damage. No, as far as I'm aware, no loss in speed. No cosmetic either. It's just visual. And it doesn't affect the car at all. Nothing like that. Don't think they included that until about GT6. I think Forza was the one with no damage in at the beginning of your car. I mean, I know Sega did it previously with their Daytona. Made your car look a little bit damaged. But yeah, I think Forza was the first one where you could physically damage the insides of the car. With your brakes, your steering, transmission, all that sort of stuff. And it had visuals damage as well. Oh, just a little over 21 minutes. 21 minutes, 1 second. It's a bit unfortunate. 25,000 credits. It just takes me just over 3 mil. So I've spent more in the car than what I got out of the races. What car do we win? It's going to be a GTR, obviously. There we are. We've got the Calsonic Skyline GTR. And the next race in our to-do list, which I think is the Yaris Cup. Yes, it's the Yaris Cup. So I shall see you in the next one. We shall attempt the Yaris Cup. And as always, stay awesome.